Great and great morning. Sorry, great and beautiful afternoon, evening, and morning to you all wherever you are joining me at this hour. I say welcome to 196th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, sorry for yesterday that we had a network issue and I was surprised where I am. The network was not having not connecting, and after that everything started working again. Sorry for that yesterday. But today we are looking at the what is happening globally as we speak now. I'll tell you that the market globally remain mixed. Stock market across the globe remain mixed as we speak, and this also as a result of investor in this climate trying to what to analyze the recent data that is emerging from different what different climate, different domain. And don't forget that this data has a way of what of influencing decision. As we digest and interpret these numbers, that is why the market is a bit on some market are experiencing mixed market, while some are unchanged, flat as we speak now, waiting to see a trigger as the what as they analyze this data ahead of what earnings season. And don't forget that most mature market will start seeing some sector releasing the result. In US, we saw bank result creating the market. These are also what is going to shape the market going to the future. For you as an investor or trader, it is time for you to look at what will drive what the market up. That is what also what are the factors that also put the market down, because it is this sentiment that will drive the volatility that also creates wealth for you and I if we know how to design and also take position within observation. These indicators are also revealing what is happening in the market. As inflation, even down here in Nigeria, we saw what happened in our market when they released the inflation figure on Monday. We saw that the market was a bit down, just as market has formed a double top. As you know, technically, we saw in the kind of that market, and that same period, that same day, we saw inflation figure cooling now off a little. But the next day, which was yesterday, we saw the market rebounding also on a good note on help of Airtel, another banking stock that also that gained that yesterday. This trend will continue in our local market. But as I said earlier, the US market was seeing what a mixed market. In Europe market, I'll tell you most of the market there are flat. Despite this morning seeing inflation data coming from UK, I'll tell you this is the time was the first time we're seeing a slowdown from almost 41 year high in terms of 10.7% inflation, slowing down to around 10.5. This also is a clip that what we're seeing globally in terms of slowdown in inflation signal possibility of a slowdown in rate hike by what by different central banks across the globe. This is not also excluding our own MPC that is coming next week. Also, we have seen a slowdown in our own inflation. That means we have to also look at this this data how they're going to influence. However, data that came from China recently indicate what a slow growth in terms of activities there. This is the second largest economy. Seeing a slowdown is also a concern for investors, and also the case of COVID-19 also increasing that environment. It's also a concern for most investors, because I will tell you the last figure that came for Q4, so that is the worst performance of this economy in recent years, almost like a century. Tell you that this is also not a good thing. That's why China opening the economy, even the COVID-19 issue, they know why they do so, so that they can start coming back again in terms of economic activities. And oil price also helping this oscillation. But good thing is that when you look at the data that came from different company, different economies, sorry, for inflation ago, we tell you that oil price as a whole also influencing all these activities. Remember that in the month of December and November, we saw that oil price roughly was below what $90. We saw it and it remained even so up to like $79 in that period. You see, this high cost of energy or oil as the was influencing remained down. We're not surprised seeing this kind of slowdown in this mature economy. But our own economy, I'll tell you, it was a different thing, because even the month we saw December slowdown in terms of inflation, we know that there was a kind of a pressure on what on prices because of what the high cost of fuel energy down here. Cost of production was up. Yes, we know that it was the festive period, the peak, which was saw the data was going down from 21.47 to 21.34 for December. But the good thing that I also tell you that yes, we are not out of it at the period that If you look at month-on-month inflation, it still remains on what in the up, still galloping, looking up again. That means we should also guide this our decision on this. But since we are seeing year on year slowing down, that is what the MPC committee wants to be looking at, and also knowing that we are also seeing rates in different dimension coming down. And we are seeing rate coming down in the treasury bill. Also, the recent bond coming down. Even when people are overflocking that because of the government want to raise, because of the deficit budget for 2023, government going to come and come and raise fund in local market. That is good. But I tell you, if the CPM continue to rise, the government to borrowing to government is not a free thing. Also, they have a way of making sure that this borrowing also come at a lower rate so that people can still have access to it. That you see when a low rate in terms of borrowing, in terms of MPR, that also trigger more fund entering the equity market. And being the peak of any season in Nigeria, I see that our market will also change the direction of why. Why is it the direction more fund enter the market to go up? That means market talking going back to 54,000 mark for me is not something that we should be looking at because it's going to happen very soon. Even if after the MPC meeting and there's a kind of either 25% basic hike or even on change. Don't forget that even when they hike rate in the last MPC meeting, market do not respond to that, and because they are seeing value in these stocks and also the return in other investment window, just of time and the and the yield, I see that we have advantage of the market now. For me, I see that this market was seeing will continue to maintain this rate or this uptrend. And also, if you look at the oil price now to speak, also price has rebounded powerfully from moving as low as $80 to around $86.71 as to speak now. That is a plus. Even when OPEC also try to expand its control of what of output to that for me it's a good one. But also don't forget that Venezuela also has also stopped export of oil. That's also these are things that this and also don't forget to look away from what is happening. Or to look not to look to look the side of what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. If the conflict goes another dimension with all this killing that we're seeing, and that also if Russia also decides to okay, let's not export, let's keep our food for ourselves first. No need to self-sufficient first. Let's have enough for ourselves before table. This is also thing I want to like. So this year, globally, we want to see a mixed market and a mixed what economic data that also drive market. For that, this is the time for you to effectively combine your fundamental and your technical at any time. Economic, fundamental is good, market fundamental is good, but you need to look at market sentiment and what psychology. These are the things that will drive price as we react to one information or the other. For me, this is a good time also for you to be in the market. It is also very nice. Like I said earlier, US is having a mixed market. Europe is flat. That of Asia is also mixed, and Africa is also mixed. But NGS technically, I'll tell you, is in green, and this also tells that the market NGS is on a bullish run. Which is likely to continue after the MPC meeting, as I've said already. Already today is the midweek of the today is midweek. Also the third week of 2023 says that we are seeing that market has maintained this great momentum. If you check, even when market trying to correct, the momentum remains strong. Tells you that something is happening. It is fun to know that most investors and traders are still fearful and still sitting on the sideline, while others are wondering how far will this market go, how far will it go. But for you that is in this class today, I know that you know when to buy and also want to sell for profit or to protect your capital. And that is why I started with what you must know what your goal. That goal will help you to know your entry and exit strategy. Your stop loss is as good as what the stock you are picking. And taking profit also is as good as what entering that position. Because you are there to make money, you must know how to do it so that you can remain above can stay ahead of the market or above the market at any time. But before we go look at what is happening in the market, there are three things I want us to just know that the market is doing now. Yes, look at the market across the globe. They are still analyzing the latest inflation, also some other economic data like purchasing manager, data, labor data, and all those stuff. But the good thing is that this is the beginning of the year, and most of the central banks will be doing their first meeting between now and end of February for the first for the year. Like ours is coming for the first time in January for this year. You see, there will be kind of a change in terms of policy, either policy slow down or unchanged most of them. But I believe that they will slow down. Why some can say high, but only few. But I believe that most of the matured market we want to see, and that will still also spread over to what, to other domain. And also, this time for what, for any season. For us here, we are looking forward to see on the trade account why in mature market, as I said earlier, their recent earnings, or what also they are looking at to continue to see how it's going to impact the broad market and all those stuff. Also, why we are looking high to see how also the expected earnings from this company that had December as year end, and even others that has that has quarterly that has different months. Like September, we're expecting to see the first quarter for stock like Vitafoam in this January, and others to see their third quarter, like those that has March as year end, see their third quarter. For this quarterly results also give impact where these companies are heading to and what you should expect. That means you can see that these are the things that are shaping the market. And also, like I said, the outcome of the first meeting of MPC meeting of Central Bank for policy decision will also be coming this January or early February for this one. These are the things that will shape the market. For that, if you want to look at your market now, or in terms of looking at your chart, you need to go ahead to look at what is likely to happen on a daily chart. And I tell you, if you are doing your daily chart, you must consider your 1 hour chart, and why you want to take profit on the daily chart. You must look at your 15 minutes chart. Look at these are the things that you need to know, because multiple time frame is very very important when we are looking at chart. Now that we see that no, this central bank meeting this month, you want to look at what is the weekly chart, what is the position of the market on a weekly chart, and finally on what, on a monthly chart. Why you do all this analysis is for you to know exactly what is the attitude of people in the market. Like I said, earnings will come and it will remain until another earnings come, but you can see there will be attitude that will change. Perception will change in between before the next earnings come, or even when it's coming, what is the reaction, even when it has come, what reaction. These are what you should also look at, and that's why candlestick it's very important for you to understand how to analyze it, and that is why I always emphasize on what, on price action, so that you must know how to look at the price structure or index structure, look at the timing and also the momentum. Momentum is what I will continue to emphasize in this class, and you know that I don't prove it, because as we are looking at price, we need to price action, we need to see what is the trend behind that trend. Is it a trend that will continue, or a trend that will just overnight come under? Because even when market pull back on Monday, trend was this. That's why I'm confident that the market is still maintaining an uptrend, that we should not panic. But that's why we need to look at that thing down and confirm exactly what is happening for you to know what to do next as a trader or investor. You don't need to panic in any market direction, but rather how informed are you, and also what is your strategy in trading that position you are. These are the things that is very very important for us to know when it comes to when it comes to trading. It's very very important that I make it known to every one of us in the class, that when you see market in that mode or that direction, you are not refrigerating, you are not afraid, but because you have taken your decision, knowing the price will enter, where the stop loss is, and at the same time what you can do in between this period that you are waiting to see where the market will go. As we speak now, the market, I've said it, is in green. Why is in green? Extending what we saw yesterday, but I think that at this time it's just marginal green we're seeing now in the market. Market is trading, is doing 52,717.21. Market is up marginally 15.60 basic point market, or that means market is up 0.02 is what market is up in green. But the good thing is that market breadth is still slightly positive. We are seeing 8 gainers against what, 7 losers, marginally in green, because we have 8 gainers and what, and 7 losers. That's now if you look at the top losers as we speak now currently, we are seeing livestock leading the pack. Profit taking in livestock coming back as low as 1 naira 11 kobo. You can see profit taking. You can see also agency insurance on that top list for losers at this point. Champs were not surprised, profit taking, and also can see Corvey business solution and FGN Cocoa. These are what low cap stock. We can see that these are low cap stock. Says that market still, people are still looking at those companies that has value, because most of the yield of these companies are still high. I see that people are not selling those high cap that also for the market very much. Those which because they are looking to see what the earnings. That's why I say to see their earnings and their corporate action at the end of the day. If you look at the gainers chart, or the top 5 gainers for the chart, I said earlier that we have 8 gainers and 7 losers. But if you look at the top 5 gainers, we are seeing a mutual benefit assurance leading, followed by tolerance. You can see also QTs also on that chart. Gaining. We also NACO has bounced back also, but what was doing around 740. and also can see UCAP and also recovery. UCAP is also among the top five. You can see that both medium and low cap stock are the ones in this top gainers compared to also all low caps for what for the losers chart for the top 10 losers chart. If you look at the volume, that is very very important. Like I tell you that in any trade you are doing, or even if you are looking at the market direction, which one will look at the index as we are doing now, you need to look at what is the trend of the market, what is the volume behind the market, and the pattern the chart is forming. That's why volume is very very important. As trend is very important, also volume is also very very important. We want to look at the volume of the stocks that are what called the most active stocks in terms of volume. I'll tell you now as we speak. Selling Bank has sustained that this morning, as we saw yesterday. We see volume in that stock now still trading around the one naira 50 kobo, almost 80 million shares, 80.4 million shares traded so far. We are seeing Gerebu also having about almost 10.1 million shares traded so far. GT code also in that category. GT code has also been a 24.40 kobo, 24 naira 40 kobo. Around also we are seeing 8.0 million, 8.01 million shares traded. Also we are seeing also Zenith Bank in that category, 6.12 million shares traded so far. Zenith Bank is trading 24.80 as we speak. And we can see also NACO at this level, 4.55 million shares as we speak. These are the the position of the market. Technically, you can see how the market is now. This is the market at this hour. Yes, we want to look at the chart. I tell you, it's very very important. We look at this chart. Why? You need to know what the next step to take. That is why we are in this class. Chart is very very important for us. Yes, before I go calling on the chart, I want to draw some lines. I call them trend lines so that you will know exactly where we are and where we are headed to. These lines are very very important for those that follow me most time on most of the adaptive program where I shoot my chart. This chart I've wrote them down. I kind of wrote them down for a while to guide you to know where the market is going. It's thing I want to do here also this hour, so you can see where the market is going from here, and so that you guide your decision as you are looking at the market also where it's going from this point. You need to also do this as a chartist or a trader or technical trader anytime you want to look at the chart, that they have also a way of assisting you to take your decision. You need to also do this, so that you're able to get clear guidance and clear direction for the market. You can see that for any trend line to make minimum must touch 2 points at least. You can see here and continue here. You can see here and also here. This is how to draw a trend line, which we will discuss in this class. If you look at the bullish channel we are seeing now, market is making an uptrend within the channel. See, it has not broken down the channel or out of, but it's maintaining an uptrend. If you take the chart here down here, if you come it here down, that is already what we call the V pattern, and this was for a daily chart. And the good thing is that I want to draw another line where we saw a double top that was broken out from here. You can see this line I'm drawing now where it's going. This was a strong resistance level for the market as at close of trade on Friday last week. That Monday, this market on the daily chart was in this category, waiting for what a breakout up and down. Unfortunately, on Monday, yes, we saw a missed market. Then market was still slightly down on that Monday. While we saw more sell position, but because of the most of the stem were not high cap, the price gain was the loss was around 0.31. But the next day, you can see that we saw the market change. They saw about 91 buy position against 10 sell position for yesterday, and the market broke out what the resistance line. And if you look at the volume that market used, it's all just slightly above what it used when it pulled back on Monday. We are waiting to see the volume of today. If market maintain increasing, even though it's gradually, we're going to see this trend continue. Also, if you also look at the trend here, I see that during when the market was earlier position, the market was going up. The volume traded was below the moving below the average traded volume for the day, which is this line, black line here. You can see that but you can see that there are some days we saw spark of volume, especially towards the end of the year 2022. We saw it now, but since also we enter the year since 2 weeks and some days now, I see that the volume was also almost getting to above the average average traded volume. You can see there are some places no, but I think that this volume we're seeing here is better than what we saw earlier, even when the market was going up. These are higher volume that we're seeing compared. Yes, it might not be so big for you to say this is strong, but I think these are improvement. If we are seeing a better volume, tell you that more activities are coming to the market. And you know, volume associated with what with smart money, institutional investors, and this period that was full reshuffling or rebalancing ahead of in the new year is ongoing. I believe that these are what we are seeing in the market. But today, market maintain that green. Yes, it's still kind of a bit sidelining, side trending, or let's say flat here because it has not broken, giving us a good candlestick that is sharp to see. But the good is that market will maintain that breakout. That's why I say if you call it that, is it a fake out now, a breakout? I will tell you it remain a breakout or level will see a reversal if I say this is a fake out, but I will tell you on what we are seeing, I see that market will likely to maintain this on the daily chart. For quick one, I've not called the indicators. Quick one, I want to look at the weekly chart, and I can tell you that is very, very important. If you look at this weekly chart, you can see that almost the same pattern the daily chart is what also weekly. You can see the trend line here down, and now you can see that it's also making an uptrend on what on this also the bullish channel. You can see it up here. Good one for the market. You can see that we're seeing recent volume here. You can see it here up. But yeah, but you can quickly also look at what is happening for what on the month. Like the month is most time for the long term investor, but it's good for you to have an average idea where the market is coming from. On a monthly chart, you can see the market is almost recovering what a loss at the early stage when market was down for straight 5 months. You can see it here. In the last 3 months now, 2 months and some days in January, market is almost recovering up. And I tell you, like I told them one of the TV program today, that as far as those high cap stock have not moved, once they move, market surpass this figure. Don't forget that this is the other resistance level. Market have broken them. One here for a month here, you can see it here. You can see a market have broken them up. Even when it came down, the last no resistance, the last no resistance level has always formed or become the what a support level for the market. Look at what I mean here. That's why I said drawing line it will help you to understand. This is the let's say at this point now, this also has become a strong support level and puts also what a resistance level for the market some days back or some years back. You can see it here. This where the market is. I see this resistance was 2008. I see now that place has become a strong support level for the market. It tested it, touch it for market rebar. That means for me, we should look at this to guide us. But if we take also a trend line here, market is still also having a what an uptrend. An uptrend, if you can see it here. If I draw this line up, the market is also maintaining an uptrend. It is when market break down this line down that is where you say okay, there's problem in the market that you start panicking. But on the trend we are seeing, this is a good trend and market is still not now. This will guide us to see where the market is going. You can see from almost 2007 when the market rallied to the peak here, 2007 and early around the first quarter of 2008 before coming down. You can see all this at once so that it will guide you to see the pattern we are seeing. For me, is a good one. If we start seeing a positive or after the election that the election goes successfully, post-election rally, market might also likely to surpass the peak that market has got in 2008. That was around March. The market was 62,000. If this trend continue, market will surpass this one here first. Once it breaks this one out, market will also be looking at. Don't forget, market tested that same point here. You can see it here this year, 2007. Market tested where it is now, where it is and pull back before it came down and that's the thing. It pull back again. It's coming up now. Once market break out that road, that will guarantee that market is set for what for a stronger up movement in the up direction. If you know that this is what the market will be doing, you don't need to also panic because you can see the pattern. I also have to tell you that this was where it tested and almost here came down in that same 2007 came down, continue early in 2008 and which is the period we're seeing now, the first quarter of 2023. It's also the first quarter of 2008 after touching the peak in December. It came down and see that these are the 10 we're seeing. The same pattern we're seeing now. Let's watch and see if the market will surpass first of all the 54,000. Once you break it out, the market will be heading for. You see that this is the peak of the market. Once market pull out, that means another trend. It's possible here, but this year I said, we expect the recovery market to continue, but on a mixed trend. Because in this same government, this year we have almost two government. For that, we have to also be very careful when we are looking at the market. So, sorry, before because of our time, let's quickly look at what the the daily chart that we are looking at this morning. Let's go back to daily chart. It's very, very important for us. That we're done with the, let's call out our indicator. So we have seen different market position now. Let's call our indicators up. Finally, I want to call the T line and the T line and MACD. These are the things. Let's call, no, let me call MACD, yes. MACD and the money flow tattoo and the our exponential. Our T line is key here. Our T line is key here. Yes, you can see where the market is now. Market is above the T line. You can see within the channel here, very clear. And if you look at your MACD, I'll tell you, MACD is still very, very bullish. That has not crossed down as we speak now, which is good. Money flow maintain this no 80, 82 strong for a long time. The money flow is still strong. It tells you that we are still having a strong market, that we should not panic. Then for us to look at the momentum, whether you look at the ADS, I want to call the ADS, I'm not using a stochastic now, so let's look at the ADS to see where the market is moving from here. That also helps us to understand where the market is going. You can see this is a good one. When you see that anywhere in the world that you're seeing that ADS, both for individual stock or for the market, is above 30, above 20, sorry, so that the market is strong, the trend is strong. But as we speak now, the ADS of this market is about 68 point, no, 68.0 8.07, good one, and we're seeing that the momentum is very, very strong. That means our market is strong in any standard. There's no cause for alarm. We're not surprised that the market was one of the best markets in 2022. That trend is still sustained in this market. This one is good for us to look at it. Because of our time, let's look at these stocks, few stocks now, because our time is almost fast spent. Let's see, these stocks that are in green now. Let's look at what is happening to UCAP and NACO before we call it a day because of our time. Time is fast spent already. But let me take these two stocks quickly before time. Let's look at UCAP. What is UCAP doing now at this point? And I'll discuss more on assets 5 years rolling plan. It does push out, but because of our time, I think we'll do more on that on our question and answer on Saturday. Hopefully, that data I'll tell you we are seeing things that are we need to review to you. Those that are saying assets, I tell you there's potential for assets because the figure is pointing to somewhere. If that thing is maintained, if you look at the data, in some of the pages they sent to, we're still analyzing the data, which we also be discussing that data on that day. And those that attended the last, they know what happened and where what they got and where they are going. That's why if you have not subscribed to the Jumbo Park, I think it's an opportunity so that we will be missing this live class. And also have access to replay whatever happened at the end of the day. Let's look at UCAP before we go to NACO because of our time. Yes, UCAP on a day chart, you can see the stock for me. I'll tell you that this stock is still very, very strong. And what I'm seeing here, both on MACD and also on the ADS, I can see strength in this stock. I told you when you see MACD above 30 and this stock MACD is also above that. And for me, this is a good one. And MFY is shows the money flow is reaching almost 80. Fine, and MACD is trying to histogram try to come down, but have not crossed to become either bearish but still in that bullish one. And now the stock is resisting a decline. Looking at the chart, they're looking at the money flow index. Looking at the money flow index. I said more the chart, the price index. Sorry, not money. You can see that it's above the T line. It came down, tested it, then above it. For me, it's a good one for for UCAP. For those that are UCAP, there is strength in that UCAP. You can see how far it can remain above the T line. Even when it came down, it didn't tell much. Whenever you see that the price action is below the T line, it always find a way to come up. If it's above the T line, going far, you want to come back and touch the T line. That means when it's above it, that's time to take how to take profit before. When it's also down, you see that's coming down, that's why to buy when you buy across the T line, that you also buy at the right time. Finally, let's look at NACO. because of our time. Then tomorrow we'll continue. NACO. NACO is among the stock that you should keep your eyes on. You can see that NACO you can see here, where NACO is now. Yes, the stock is considered. If you look at this here, let me quickly show you something that you also look at. If you look at this place, you can see that the histogram is coming down, but now you can see it's also coming down, but now slightly it's still above, it's still within the signal line. It has not crossed down. You can see that it's starting to also come up again, and you can see the volume this morning. The volume is staying above the average traded volume for the stock, and still above the T line on a daily chart. For me, this is a good one for the stock, and that's why I say keep your eyes on the stock. You can see also when they say when far from what the T line, and see that it started correcting. This is the time you to take profit, and this is a strong point. If you look at this point, it's a strong resistance level, and also at this point also look at it. Likely to break it out again and continue. This stock is in 10 naira is very possible on the way it's going. I can see that the ADS is still very strong above 20. I can see that it's also improving and going better. For me, these are the stocks is also what if you are in them, profit taking is possible. And if you want to wait for dividend, it's possible. For these two stocks we have looked at this morning. Tomorrow, we'll continue on more of the stock. I'll say thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow by God.